Let me take this on. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have seen this around. So, I've actually jumped into the field because I'm from the digital agency background, shall I say. I run a lot of campaigns everywhere around, and I've seen how your ID is absolutely used and misused. So, that's where it kind of comes from. It's like a voice from within, shall I say. Right, so number one, I need to convert you guys into a new world, a new blockchain-based world. We are just seeing it as a Bitcoin or as Ethereum or just as a small little application of it. But in reality, this is an absolutely new concept. This is a new revolution. This is exactly like when internet was being born. Imagine a world where there are no banks, where there's no authority, where there's no government and there's no monopoly. Right? Sounds like an absolute anarchist agenda, doesn't it? But that's exactly what this is. What has suddenly happened is that this trust is provided by the computers. You do not require the signature from the Bank of England saying that this is a real note. It is by now provided by a computer, by a group of computers, even better. So what we need to do is we need to unthink and unlearn. Let me give you guys a very small example. When I was growing up, I was told that necessity is the mother of invention. Can I ask you guys if that is true right now? That's not. It's not. So I do believe that without even considering it, we have walked into a new world. For example, come to Central London and I'll also show you that the institution of marriage does not exist. So let's talk about a new world, a brave world. In the very similar manner, what we are also trying to do with DIB's agenda is to talk about the distributed world and what it actually brings to you. So we consider the blockchain as a giant leap in communications. This is a new structure, this is a new way to do things. So I would actually put the history of communications as saying, first came the computer, then came the internet, and now we have the blockchain. It is as simple as this. It is as big a revolution as that. And this is one of our major agendas over here, that we are the only people who consider the blockchain as a viable communication system. It is just not about the Bitcoin touching 10,000, what is it, 11,000? I'm sure it must have gotten there. But it actually goes much beyond that. It goes much beyond that. Once you dig deeper into it, this is a new communication system. Right, so decentralized is the new way. It provides you trust, it gives you ideas, it lets you do whatever you want to do. It is the most trusted, time-tested, most secure communication system in the world, right? Which, thank good Lord, NSA has not broken so far because it was not influenced by the NSA, shall I say? Right? This was an open source project. Yeah, so imagine I came to the UK to do my master's in research, and the thing was that I had to prove that given a number of lab computers, I can break a few ciphers. But 3 years later, we figured that the NSA had already had them fixed all of the time. They were already broken. Right? The world is different, the world is changing, and we need to adapt. The old things are gone. And that's where the decentralized world comes into play. Once again, this is not just a blockchain, this is a chain of trust. It provides you with a complete financial system. It provides you with a complete way of transferring data. It provides you anonymity. And anonymity is an absolute must for me. That is why I joined the internet in the first place. That is what the internet was. I don't know whether you guys were there when the IRC channels were there, but that is the true internet. And we are roughly there all over again. Most importantly, it provides a public network. If any of you guys were to come to me and talk to me about a private blockchain, I can write it down on a piece of paper for you that you will fail. Right? A private blockchain is useless. You can satisfy your own heart with it, you can satisfy 3 or 4 companies with it, but you are not getting me on board. You are not getting the computer people on board a private blockchain. This is supposed to be a public network. This is a revolution happening right now. Suddenly, your data is not with Facebook. Suddenly, your data is not with Google. It is shared all across. It comes together to join a single piece when you want it. Suddenly, just by paying, let's just say, $3, just by paying $3 for a transactional fee, you are in control. Rather than Facebook, rather than Google, rather than Amazon, and rather than your government. So this is a completely new system. This is a new communication channel, and we need to consider it like that. Right. So with DID, we are putting your ID in your control. We have three things with DID. One is transferring ID on the blockchain. It's exactly like a login, logging into a website. Issuing of ID, I can also show you guys. We are issuing ID cards for Mars, if anyone is interested. We are the only people who know how to issue an ID card, and we are issuing the most secure ID cards that the world has ever seen. A P2P ID transfer is, for example, you and I want to already start using it with my team, to be honest. I want to know who she is. Right. So, and also, right. While many people are very concerned about the term ICO, I consider ICO as a route to inventions. This is what the ICOs are doing at this moment. In my blockchain journey, I have been, for example, UNVF is trying to help out eradicate poverty from Haiti. There's another group that is trying to send humans to Mars. There's another one that's trying to treat cancer. There's another one trying to make free energy. Where are these inventions coming from? Who is supporting them? Is the government supporting them? Is Google supporting them? Who is supporting them? And ICO is supporting them. This is a new era of invention, right? And this is all being made possible by people themselves. Right, so your ID is currently not in your control. Sebastian's going to hate me when I say that, but what has actually happened in Switzerland was that there was a judge whose, let's just say, deviated sexual fantasies were publicized just by looking at Facebook cookies. It was published by an ad agency and it caused a row. So whenever your private browsing on your iPhone really doesn't help you out a lot, right? Your ID is currently not in your control. Your username and password, hash, SHA, whatever you want to call it, is currently stored on a server by Google or Facebook or Amazon or whoever, right? We want to change the way that your ID is transacted. Username passwords are old story. If you would like to say how you will log in the future, we have a stall right there, and I will show you how the ID is stored right there on your phone and how will you log in. The world is once again changing. I consider the ID as a basic human right. It's your identification, needs to remain with you. You need to transfer it, you need to do with it whatever you want. You need to be in control of it. Also, we are trying to bring some sort of a trust in the blockchain world. Currently there exists none. All the foundations that exist are Switzerland based, and we all know what that means, right? So what does the DID do? Let me just run through it. Everything's there on our website. There's a white paper. We can show you guys examples right here. Number one, transfers ID on the blockchain. Once again, the old school way was that you store it on a computer. Now you store it on your own mobile phone, and you transfer it when you want it on the blockchain. So this is a paradigm shift. Rather than a username password stored on a server, you have your ID on your own computer. This is where we are at. We are trying to put your ID in your control. Right, issuing a driving license. This is the thing that we do. This is our USP. No one else in the world knows how to do that. But we are currently issuing the most secure blockchain-based ID cards, memberships, medical records, you can call them bank accounts. If there is a membership, if there is an association, for us it's the same. Your visas can also be issued on the blockchain thanks to DID. Right. BOCA, a BOCA. A BOCA certificate stands for Blockchain Originated Certificate of Authenticity. This is the new SSL certificate. This is the SSL certificate of the blockchain world. Right? This is a two-way trust mechanism so that you also know whom you are providing your ID to. And it is operated by a foundation. Do you guys know who currently issues the SSL for your websites? Do you have any idea? It's GoDaddy or it's Komodo or whatever. It's a very broken market. Your CAs are rogue. Firefox has stopped trusting a good number of CAs. It's a very bad word out there. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to put a foundation in control. A non-profit foundation that is there to take care of your IDs, of your interests. This time, let's not let Microsoft and Google and DIF do anything about it. Right, now let me be an absolute hater over here. The current internet is absolutely broken. It is not free, it is the most heavily monopolized business out there. Mr. Afzal is sitting here, he's been with me for 12 odd years. Different businesses in the UK, he's been helping me out. I once said to him that the best business to run in the world is to open up a telephone booth in a prison, because you have a captive market. So imagine that for Facebook, this is the prison, and they have given us a telephone booth. We are an absolute captive market for them, right? It is pretty broken, there is no fair play, there is no fair play. We don't even know what's happening. So if the government over here, if the Home Office was to go to Apple and say, can we please have this unlocked? This guy killed 16 people. Apple's going to say, ha, are you bigger than I or am I bigger than you? And that's the reality. When people talk about anarchy, they talk about the government. I don't do that. I talk about the corporates that we've made this big. I talk about the names that I should be using. But that's the reality. The focus has shifted a little. It's not your government anymore that people are fighting about. There are other players as well. The companies have gone rogue, we all know this. Also, so the internet was a product of war. The internet was a product of the Cold War. And sometimes I do question myself saying, what was blockchain a product of? Because I believe that roughly all of humanity's good inventions have come out of a war. When you put a human being against another human being is when you see some real flames happen. But in any case, we are the DID Foundation. We are here to take care of your ID. We will make sure that what has been done in the past doesn't get repeated. We have been talking about privacy in the last 3 years. And don't forget that the train had already passed away. Your IDs, your privacy had already been stolen a good 5-6 years ago. We are crying over spilled milk at the moment, right? So the European Commission directives on cookies. Can I please ask you, what did it do for you guys? It just defaced websites. It just caused you grief, whereby which you have to click a button on every website. It has no real implications for you at all. Even when they place a fine on Google, what happens? They move from Luxembourg to Ireland. The next step they're going to move to, let's just see, they may buy an island. But that is what we are trying to do. We are trying to say, right from the start, this is a new internet, this is a new communications channel. Right from the start of it all, let's start off a foundation. We are all a member of the foundation. A DID token is 0.001 US dollars. There are 20 billion DID tokens. We are a public network. We are on a public network, we are a public token, we are a public project. Just holding even one DID gives you the right to vote, to actually say, right, that the foundation should work towards this way, that no, people cannot use our data this way, whatever the case may be. So we are an absolutely democratic foundation when it comes to that. In addition, allow me to once again say this. We are being represented by Capital Law, which is a very good name. And very recently I was telling Duncan, I was like, Duncan, tell this gentleman how do we do it in the UK? A foundation based in the UK has a merit. It is observed and done up properly. And we are welcoming members right now. If you guys have a clean record and if you guys can pass this gentleman's queries, you guys are more than welcome to join the foundation as a resident sitting member. That actually means having a job as well, but also looking after people's IDs. This is what we need to do. We are looking for our 13 main heads to head the foundation, and we are looking around, going all over the UK, looking for our 13 heads that can spearhead this campaign. A very funny thing of it all, because of the UK strict Charities Commission's law, I can't even be a part of the foundation. I have to, the foundation has to be independent, and I will give the whole software away to the foundation, the whole thing, the whole money as well. So, from my side, yes, this is a philanthropic event or whatever you guys want to call it. Somehow, out of my own muscle and my own part, I was able to make the software, and using that, I'm saying let's form a foundation, and I'm able to give everything to the foundation. Let's start afresh. Because the way that this is currently working, we all cry about it. We all talk about our IDs being misused. We all talk about privacy concerns. But we can't really do anything. On the blockchain, in the new world, we can. You need to think of the blockchain as a parallel internet being formed. This is the DARPANET of the 1980s. We need to act right now in order to secure us, in order to secure our futures like that. That's it from our side. We would love to show you guys a little bit more. We want you guys to join the DID Foundation. If we have your email address, rest assured that you guys will be getting a few free extra DIDs. You never know, we may be making you rich, but we would love to feel that we would. We have come here pretty full force. There's Jean-Pierre, there's Mr. Javed, there's Sebastian, there's myself, there's Caitlin, there's Audrey. We are all here. We are also here at the drinks reception. Can I say that the hard-hitting Q&A questions, can't we please have that in the pub? We are throwing you guys the drinks, and I would love to answer those over there. Just a final note to say that we are passionate about this new world. Do you guys not see the price of the Bitcoin? It has also shaken up my mom, who has, by the way, lost a few yesterday. Copy-paste error. You do need to copy-paste it, correct? But everyone's getting involved. Smoke doesn't exist without a fire. There is a fire. There is a new world happening. We have to join it. From the government's point of view, for example, ECB says, very good technology, but can't be implemented. It's exactly like saying the grapes are sour, right? So the banks are against it because the banks are going to get killed. The government is cautious, but will have to use it. But us all, the public, the people, for us, this is a new world. This is a new communications channel. Imagine not being tied up by anyone. Imagine an absolute freedom, the way it was supposed to be. And imagine a complete financial system running around it as well. This has very hard-hitting, long-term implications. I was asked at a CNBC interview, saying, where do you see this in the next 10 years? And I was like, illegal question. This cannot be answered. Let's just talk about the next 3 years. Because in the next 3 years, the way that we know about the world is about to change. we talk about the AI taking over jobs, right? I think it will be a little bit of time. I also think that 30-40% of the NHS jobs should be replaced with a vehicle self-checkout machine, right? And that's the truth. That would actually help. But the decentralized world is already here. Bankers, accountants need to probably take care about getting new skill. So while I am trying to scare people as well, let's just say that we are very passionate about the decentralized world. No one knows at the moment what's going to happen. I used to teach at Queen Mary University of London, and I used to say, look, you do not know where it will turn up as. I used to say top 10 most visited websites in the UK, and to be honest, a good 7 of them were unsavory. My students would actually laugh at it, they would smirk at the end of the benches and stuff. And now look in 8 years where internet is. Right? Internet has grown up. So with the decentralized world, please do not worry. Please don't be scared. Humanity and blockchain will find its way. Let's be passionate about it. Let's join the revolution. And we are of course here to help you guys out and guide you guys. If you guys have any questions, especially related to the new technology, especially related to how it affects you, we are all here. We are 6 people here in total, and we can definitely guide you guys more. Please also join us on our website, and see you guys at drinks. And please leave the hardcore questions for the pub. Thank you guys.